Good afternoon, Westwood. Medfield and Westwood. Don't really have to say much after that. This is a big one here, folks. TVL matchup between two of the top in the league, two of the top in Division II. Medfield defending state champion from last year. And obviously we know the history of these two teams when it comes to last year, playing in the semifinals and Medfield coming out on top. And Wolverines, they were fired up. When it came to the first game of the year this year, that was on the top of their mind. And certainly still is, you know, when it comes to the playoffs, it's gritty style games. It is all types of ways to try and get the puck in the net and come away with wins. And a great opportunity here for the Wolverines. They are looking to go undefeated in the Tri-Valley League, to have an immaculate TVL season. Their colleagues on the boys team just completed their undefeated Tri-Valley League season. They had 2-1 tie, but no blemishes. But the girls can do it today with all wins and no ties. So an amazing opportunity here at the Canton Ice House. Matt Grazza, Morgan Donahue here for Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey. And delighted to bring that action your way as the clock is winding down. And we have about 3 games left in the season before playoffs. So this is really where you want to be playing your best hockey, elevating your game to come late February, March hockey, and to have your foot on the right path to win some big games and try and make your way to the Garden to hoist the state championship. Wolverines, the #1 seed for Division II, and Medfield, the #7 seed right now for Division II. As a win for either team today is top of mind of trying to maintain or move up in the seed. They're just collecting the pucks now. We get help from, looks like, Justine Connolly with the puck girls today. See some of the Kelleher's out there. It is awesome. And this is what it's all about. Westwood, Medfield. Both the teams are very familiar with each other. They have friends on each team. They grew up playing together. There's a lot of Westwood ties when it comes to Medfield as well. And everyone wants to play in a big game. It matters the most. So we're going to send it down to ice level to Matt Gillis, the voice of the Westwood Wolverines girls hockey.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Canton Ice House for today's Tri-Valley matchup between the Medfield Warriors and your Westwood Wolverines. During today's game, please be considered respectful to the players, officials, coaches, and all in attendance. And now for our starting lineups, starting off with the Medfield Warriors. Starting at right wing, number 12, Abby Cucciaro. Starting at left wing, number 16, Leah Carlson. Starting at center, number 5, Jenna McDonald. Starting on defense, number 19, Fiona Pavard. Starting on defense, number 18, Caroline Pola. And we go with number 31, Kim Barachi. And now we go Westwood Wolverines. Starting at right wing, number 16, Maggie Ash. Starting at left wing, number 23, Abby Presley. Starting at center, number 9, Bridget Lewis. Starting on D, number 5, Fallon Campbell. And on D, number 8, Olivia Alex. And in goal, number 1, Jennifer Lee. And our puck girls today, Layla Kelleher, Liv Kelleher, and celebrating their birthday.
Kelleher's. Kelleher cousins out there, and we got a birthday girl, and Riley Kelleher. So happy birthday, Riley Kelleher. She is seen a couple of her games, and what an impressive player she is, as well as Kelleher cousins, outstanding athletes. And they are very much a part of the pre-game team message right now. They are front and center. Coach Hilberg, Coach Lopez giving the team message. We got Matt Gillis on the microphone for the PA. Love to see that. He's back from Florida. He's got some nice color after a nice Florida trip. Go. Both teams ready to get underway. Starting lineups start with the visiting Medfield Warriors. Number 5, Jenna McDonald. Number 12, Abigail Cucciara. Number 16, Leah Carlson. Number 18, Caroline Polak. Number 19, Fiona Blee. And in goal, Cameron Karaki. Starting lineups for your Westwood Wolverines. Fallon Campbell on defense with Olivia Alex, Bridget Lewis, Maggie Ash, Abby Presley at forward, and then on defense, Jennifer Lynn. 9 shutouts on the season for Jennifer Lynn. What an outstanding junior year campaign for the netminder. We are underway here. Wolverines going left to right across your screen in their home whites. And as Presley passing, or Ash over to Presley, and then over to Lewis for the one-timer, hits the side of the net. And Wolverines with some good action and pressure here early on in the Medfield zone. Medfield comes away with it, working up the near side boards. McDonald pushing it ahead. She's got help from Carlson. Carlson gonna take it behind the net, looking for the net front. Blockered aside by Jen Lynn. And then up the near side comes Ash. Ash gonna put the brakes on, looking for Presley up the far side as Medfield will go D to D. Looking up ahead, over to McDonald. McDonald gonna push that puck forward as Fallon Campbell gonna send that. Goes into the Westwood bench, and we'll get our first whistle of the game. 1:05 into the game. Good pace so far by the Wolverines. Put that puck into Medfield's defensive zone and get some good movement. The Wolverines will send out Connolly line with Hicks, Gannon, and then on defense, Chevry, Carolyn. Matt Grazza, Morgan Donahue here, delighted to bring the Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey. Three games remaining for the Wolverines. They have tonight. They have Ashland on Monday, and then they have a big game versus Hingham, which is a top team in the state. Rematch from an earlier game they had in December. And pushing the puck up ahead is Gannon. Gannon looking to center it. Shot by Connolly, saved by Paraki. Nice save there by Cam Paraki. That was a good job by the Wolverines to push that ahead. Gannon pushed the puck ahead to get some space and be able to take that towards the net. Great centering pass and hard shot by Connolly, saved by Paraki. Puck in the skate of Connolly. Gannon looking for Hicks. That goes in the far zone. Gannon looking for the net front. But sticked aside by the Medfield defenders. Puck in the front. First attempt saved by Paraki. Hicks was there trying to put that one in. Paraki able to get the pad on that. Going the other way is Medfield. Isla Tangwe going to put that in deep, and they're going to change out their forwards. Carolyn going to work it back the far side to Chevry. Chevry up to Hicks. Hicks with a one-touch pass to Connolly, and a nice clean breakout for the Wolverines. Gannon going to send that right in deep and allow the fresh legs of the Hughes line to come out. As the Wolverines looking to get that puck settled. Puck sent right back into the defensive zone. Campbell off the glass. He's going towards the middle of the ice, but nice responsible play by Hughes to stick that aside. As Roulette works it across the ice over to Maeve Callahan. And Hughes jumping in on it as she works it into the Medfield zone. stolen by Callahan. She puts that deep as Hughes coming away with the loose puck. Hughes was so effective this way in the first Medfield game with puck possession. So key on the cycles, where she was just keeping that puck on Westwood's stick in the Medfield zone for nearly half the shifts they had. Puck ends up behind Lynn, taken by Joyce. Joyce does a good job looking up ice, chips it up to Ash. She's going to chip it up ahead and chase after it. Got help from Lewis. As that puck, they're going to call a late icing. There was no indication that it was going to be icing until it crossed the line. It was a late call, which is going to bring the face-off back into Westwood territory. Face-off into the Westwood corner. Carolyn comes away with it. She's protecting the puck, trying to get it over to Ash. Ash going to send it up the boards. Chipped up by Lewis, but that one blocked. Shot on net, sticked aside by Lynn in the near side corner. Lewis helping with Chevry. Gets by and ends up just in front of the corner area. Chevry going to take it back to try up the other side. Carolyn, smart play, wait for the Medfield player to close in on her to, as they say, escape the pressure. You got a player coming towards you, you wait until they come to you so they're out of the play, and you have one less player to worry about as you move that puck forward. Wolverine's going to change out their forwards, Medfield will as well. A stretch pass up the near side to Krizakowicz. Westwood goes off the glass. Here comes Connolly. Connolly, a nice pass over to Gannon. Gannon gets a nice stick check right there by Grace Garnett, knocked that puck loose. Near side, Alex keeps that in and then sent right back in by Hicks, and the Wolverines will go right back in on the offensive. Medfield trying to send it off the boards. Gannon right there. Gonna send it far corner as Alex closes in. Pass down low to Connolly. Connolly looking for the net front. Sends it across to Gannon. Bounce off the boards, and then Campbell. Campbell with a hard shot from the point off the post. And then ends up in the near side corner. Connolly over to Hicks. Hicks sending it towards the net. Catches the back of the pad of Taraki, and we get a whistle. But some good action there by the Wolverines, taking pucks to net, getting pucks through to the net as well, forcing some saves by Paraki. The Wolverines will send out the Lewis line, Presley and Ash, one of the most productive lines in the state. A lot of goals, a lot of points amongst that line. Big time emerging season from Lewis, who had a great season last year, but this year, really one of the top offensive players in the state. Ash, another one of those, and Presley has been the Adam Oates to their Cam Neely's, where she's been so good at setting them up. Here comes Ash, shot, she scores! Maggie Ash gets the turnover, closes in on the net, and saw the opening on the left side and buried it on the left side. Maggie Ash, such a dangerous score. When she saw that net, she took it and puts the Wolverines on the board 1-0. And such a great play. She had help from Lewis there to cause the turnover just inside Medfield's blue line, and then took that right to the net and buried it. So right back to work we go. Puck behind Lynn. As Westwood gains the possession. Pass up to Presley. Presley looking up ahead over to Ash. Ash catches it in stride. She's going to throw it in deep. The Wolverines will change their forwards out. Early mentality of fresh legs as they've been taking quick shifts to keep some fresh legs and minds as you play in the long game, especially in a game like play Medfield, who's deep as well. Medfield has 8 8th graders on this team, all very talented. All have had some productive games this year. I remember calling a Hopkinton game where there's 2 Medfield 8th graders that had 2 goals each. Willette looking for Hughes. Puck goes just through her legs. Hughes on the back check, almost kept that in, but was able to close in on Medfield trying to work their breakup. Puck back to Campbell. Campbell settles it down, working it through the middle of the ice. That knocks loose. Coming the other way from Medfield. is number 16 to the net, saved by Lynn, and she covers it up on a Leah Carlson look. Carlson had a turnover that she caused, and then was able to take a nice angle, work off that backhand, took that to the net, and a big save by Jen Lynn. We saw Katie Callahan tonight. She had a t-shirt, I Heart Jen Lynn, and I bet you put that at Decor and More, that's going to sell a bunch of shirts, because Jen Lynn is having one of the most memorable seasons of any goaltender in Westwood high school history. Puck kept in by Carolyn, but then scored it out. Carolyn going to just shift it the other way and force Medfield to regroup as they look to break it out. Jumping in front of that pass is Chevry. Chevry going to then send it right back in deep. Westwood going in on the forecheck. Connolly, the first one in. Right there anticipating was Gannon. Connolly battling, going 1 versus 2 and holding up a pretty good fight. Gannon in there to help. Gannon using her skate to kick it to herself. She was trying to send it back to Connolly, but hit the official's skate as Medfield trying to rim that one out. Carolyn keeps it in. She's going to send it right off the boards. It takes a funky bounce towards the middle of the ice, and Medfield able to collect that and trying to clear that out. There's McDonald, and the puck sent right back in. Looking to play that is Alex Gwyndon. She's got a couple Medfield players up ahead, but unable to connect with them. I don't know if it's got enough juice. It does, which is going to reach the end for icing, and we'll bring that puck back for a face-off with 7 minutes, 7 remaining here in the first. Lewis line back out there. Connolly and Alex on the point. Medfield looking to rim on the face-off, and they successfully get it out. First one, too, it looks like Lewis. She's got Medfield player all over her, and Krezikowic as it works up the near side. Wolverine's going to try the other side. Alex looking for Presley. Takes a bounce off the boards. Medfield coming away with it. A little backhand shot goes over the net. And Medfield looking to go to the point. That puck gets loose. Nice play there by Presley, who was looking up ahead for Ash. Lewis comes away with it. Lewis looking for the drop pass, but Medfield able to stick that aside. Puck ends up in the middle, just in front of Piraki. That was a interesting area for a second. Piraki had to put the stick down just to protect the net front, as that got pretty close. Hughes moving the feet, working it across the ice. That's going to be offsides as they went outside for a second, came back in, and then played by Westwood. Will be a offside. 6:08 left here in the first. Wolverine goal by Maggie Ash. And that's where we are at. 1-goal lead. Westwood throws that puck in deep, and they get to work. Callahan closing in, gets a piece of that, so it's not going to be icing as the puck goes into Westwood zone. Carolyn chasing after it. Got Medfield player to her left, Medfield player to her right. Does a great job of working that up ahead to Callahan. Callahan, great job, gets it out of the zone. Nice clean breakout. Willette on the near side. Push it ahead, right into Medfield territory, and Wolverines will get their forecheck on. Callahan, the first one in. Goes off the boards. Hughes was looking to get a stick on that one, but forced a far side pass, which allows Westwood to jump all over it. Chevry moving it ahead. Effective, just getting that puck on the Medfield side of the red line. Wolverines working it in. Connolly trying to work it inside. And Gannon had a stick on it, but cleared out by Medfield. Hicks working it around. Hicks, the Brown Brothers Play of the Month for the month of January for the Westwood Living Sports Show. Her and Fallon Campbell were guests on the most recent one, and it was a great chance to hear from players their perspective of how exciting this season's been for them, how exciting the last couple of years have been for them, and also the excitement for what this team is possible of doing. As that puck's kept in by Medfield, cleared out by Joyce. Sent up ahead to Gannon. She loses it. Medfield will steer inside and the near side. Working it into Westwood territory, number 12. Abigail Cucciara, stolen by Westwood. Chevry will send that off the boards. We get a whistle. I think it might have hit a player on the Westwood bench. Hit a drop. Face-off coming at center ice. One back by the Wolverines. Presley battling on the far side. Medfield comes away with it. Carolyn taking away the angle and does a good job of locking up with the player to allow Lewis to come away with the puck. Sends it up near side to Ash. Ash chips it outside to herself and gets a nice clean clear. She'll circle up. She works it in. Right over to Lewis. Lewis. The shot from the outside, that goes wide. Presley finds Ash. Ash looking to find a shot. That shot blocked. Ash, 2 good shots so far. Scored on that first one. That was almost a similar look. Coming off the right side, looking to shoot that towards the net. Chevry at the red line disrupts Medfield's Tangway as she was trying to work that up. Gets the puck back. Chevry up to Presley. A couple field hockey players connecting on those plays as Wolverines send that in, change it up. And a look again to the near side. It's the stick of Tangway. Then knocked right back into Medfield territory. Connolly all over it. She's got Hicks jumping on that play too. Over to Connolly. Connolly. And then Hicks. Little stick check as the puck going up the far side. Gannon battles for it, gets it. And Gannon gonna work the cycle, hits the official's skate again. And then Medfield off the glass. This is going to go down the length of the ice and be an icing, which will bring the face-off back with 2:37. Playoff-style games, tight checking between the teams. Really sharp on the defensive sides as both teams really making good adjustments. Big key face-off here with Wolverines and some great goal scorers out there to look to see if they get some good looks here for the close out of the first. Medfield gonna try. That takes a Westwood bounce. Shot towards the net. Steered aside with a stick save by Paraki. That was a backhanded shot by Livy Hicks. Medfield stopped at the blue line by good defensive play by Alex and Campbell. The puck goes behind the net. Some good play there by Campbell at stick on stick. And a nice save by Lynn to cover that up and get the face-off. 2:03 remaining here in the first. Westwood up 1-0. Goal by Maggie Ash. Lewis on the draw. Wins it back. Carolyn gonna go off the boards to Ash. Ash able to collect it, settle it, sends it up ahead to Lewis. Lewis has some space. Throws it just over the net. Presley gets the loose puck. And then Lewis leaves it for Presley. Back to Lewis. Lewis trying to get the shot. She hits the ice. Ends up back by Carolyn. Carolyn towards the net. That gets knocked to the side. Ash was looking for Presley. As the puck got knocked aside by Medfield. Westwood regains the possession and right back into Medfield territory. Medfield looking up the far side. A little saucer pass. Good stick there by Chevry to keep it in front, protect the blue line. Medfield being persistent, got it on the second, third opportunity to get it into Westwood's zone. Campbell off the boards. Gannon to herself. Gannon, nice move. They have some space. Gannon over to Hicks. Hicks shot, scores! Livy Hicks with a wrist shot on a beautiful pass by Gannon. A twisted wrister by Livy Hicks. Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines' second goal. And you gotta give credit to Gannon. Gannon made a fantastic move as the defender was crashing in. Gannon made that move to create some space, create that 2-on-1. Unselfish play by Gannon to get that puck over to Hicks. And Hicks left no doubt with that shot. So a huge goal for the Wolverines to get a goal within the final minute of the period and to get that momentum as they're looking to add to it as Connolly sending a pass through the crease area. Connolly again gets the possession, looking in the middle of the ice for Presley. Presley behind the net, trying to send that to Gannon. And Westwood still buzzing right now. It's Presley to Connolly. Connolly the middle. It goes through. Campbell there to keep it down low. Gannon changing out for Ash. Ash coming on as Presley sends it behind the net to Connolly. Connolly trying to jam it. Saved by Paraki. Still loose. Goes behind the net. And then kept a nice stick there by Ash. Wolverines have 3 seconds if they can get a shot. 2, 1, and then the period sounds. What a great, entertaining first period as Westwood gets 2 goals to take a 2-0 lead. Maggie Ash, then Livy Hicks put the Wolverines up 2-0. And that is where things will stand, folks. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey. And we'll be right back for the start of the second period.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers. We're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Well, you got some fresh ice. Looks like the officials are gonna squeegee off a couple of the wet areas before we get underway here in the second period. The Wolverines up 2-0, goals by Maggie Ash and Livy Hicks. Both of them were absolute snipes. Rockets too of the shots, just quick releases. Goal scorers goals is what you'd call those. We are cleaning up the kind of the wet areas here as the official on the near side. Got a shovel. Equally distribute the wet areas. That time of year where there's just so much hockey that happens on these rinks that they're not perfect towards the end of the year. You got to have small fixes to make them game ready. As both teams banging the bench area, ready to kick off the second period here. Draw one by the Wolverines, one back, and then right off the side boards. The Presley over to Lewis with a shot that gets deflected, goes behind the net. Sent off the boards, kept in by the Wolverines, but then sent out by Medfield. Campbell going off the boards, picked off by Carlson. Carlson's got a heavy shot. Saw her score a couple goals for Hopkinton a couple weeks back. Still one of the best wrist shots in the TVL. As Wolverines working the breakout in the near side. McDonald keeps it in, sends it towards the net, steered aside by Lynn. And then shot by McDonald was wide. Ends up near side. Westwood trying to send that back to look for some help. And works it up to Ash as it works its way through the neutral zone. Westwood chips it right back out. Alex, and a nice clean pass across the ice to Presley. And then on to Olivia Hicks, just came on the ice. Wolverines will change out their forward lines. Campbell, nice stick, keeps that puck in front. Picked up by Hicks. Hicks working across the ice. She'll go off the boards to Gannon. Gets just too far ahead of her, but Connolly able to knock that puck up ahead to Gannon. Gannon with a hard shot, save. And then Connolly with a shot, goes through, she scores! Connolly finding the rebound off the Gannon shot, puts that in the back of the net for the Wolverine third goal. Justine Connolly, have a year. She is, since her move to forward, she has been incredibly productive. Goals, assists, puck possessions, and getting a goal and getting rewarded for the goal. You love to see it. Loose puck, Westwood comes away with it. Pass by Hicks over on the near side. Looks like it was to Gannon. Gannon fell down, she's right back up. Gannon down below the goal line, trying to work it to herself as Hughes comes on the ice. Medfield comes away with it going the other way. A little chip into the Westwood territory, but Hughes all over the back check. And Hughes with a nice move. She's got her feet moving. She's working up to the red line, looking to chip that ahead to herself. That gets blocked, but jumping on that was Gannon. Gannon takes it behind the net. Good battle going on there just to advance that puck. Connolly down low. Medfield gets their stick on it, sends that down the length, and that will be an icing. So they'll bring the face-off back in the Medfield zone. They'll bring Hughes to the dot. Willette and with Callahan. Medfield gets the win. They're going to try and rim it up the far side. There's good timing, but Westwood able to battle for to keep that puck in. Hughes gets the stick on it, sends that towards the net. Medfield send that off to the side. Working that up ahead is Leah Carlson, blocked by Campbell. Campbell up ahead to Callahan as that got knocked off her stick. Great job there, combination between Hughes and Campbell to knock that puck aside. Hughes all over it, just been a defensive specialist, been playing center, but really strong on the defensive end with strong sticks and clean breakouts. Hard pass by Campbell up the near side to Callahan. Puck ends up in the middle of the ice. Campbell will push that ahead. Medfield gonna work it into Westwood territory. McDonald sends that in as we get a puck battle behind the net. Lewis comes away with it. She has a feet movement. She's got some speed, now making some space. Adding to that speed, going to the forehand, takes it to the net. Saved by Paraki. No call as she hit the ice. As Ash works it down low to Lewis, who's looking for the front. Oh my goodness, Paraki got that in the air and then was able to tap that aside in the middle of the air. Some pretty impressive hand-eye coordination to do that, as this is going to bring the face-off back into Medfield territory. A very entertaining game so far. Lewis sends it right towards the net. Ash was looking to time it so she get a stick on that. Medfield going to send this one back down the length of the ice for another icing. Another face-off, left. Our left, Paraki's right. Let's see what Lewis tries to do here. She tried to get it towards the net the first time. This one just went straight down. Then going to it is Presley in front of the net. That hit a foot as she was looking to get that shot off. Presley working it into the middle of the ice. A good stick there by Chevrier. She may be offside. No, the official says no. As the puck comes back to Presley. Presley, beautiful pass across the ice to Ash. Ash with a hard shot. Saved by Paraki. Gloves it and will hold on for the faceoff. Great cross ice pass by Presley to Ash. And I like that shot by Ash. Face off, get fresh legs on the ice, earn the face off as well. Puck won back by Medfield. They've been trying to get that rim going, but Westwood doing a good job of anticipating it and winning puck battles to send it back down low. Great stick lift there by Hicks. Puck ends up in the neutral zone. Alex sends it across over to Gannon. Gannon chips it in. She'll chase after it herself. Gannon. Over to Hicks. Hicks through the front of the net. Just gets past Connolly. Connolly sends it towards the middle. Picked up by Larson. Larson sends that in. That's on the other side of the red line, though, and that's going to be an icing. Westwood sustained pressure has forced a lot of icings as they've been able to keep their foot on the gas, pushing offensive looks as well as long, sustainable possessions. Hughes on the draw. One back by Medfield. They're going to try up the near side. Callahan was looking to get in that lane, and Medfield gets a clean breakout. Hard shot, saved by Lynn. Second shot, save again, and she covers it up in a battle in front. Jennifer Lynn, 2 big saves. Well positioned, and she took away the angle to get right in front of those, and then as the puck hits the ice, got the glove on that, gets it covered up for the whistle. Also gets the draw, and Presley moving it up with some speed. Medfield with a good stick, knocked that loose. Presley looking inside for Lewis. That deflected off a Medfield stick as well. Working through the middle of the ice is Leah Carlson. She gets a hard shot on net, saved by Lynn. Lynn making it look easy right now. Breakout pass, it's blocked. And Ash finds Presley. Presley then finds Lewis. Lewis working in, holding on it. Then it's going to curl up. Medfield able to get around Westwood. Shot by McDonald, saved by Lynn. What a glove save by Jennifer Lynn. Jennifer Lynn, my goodness, making it look easy. And that's on Jenna McDonald, senior captain for Medfield, who's one of their top players. Jenna McDonald had a goal in the state championship. She had a key assist in the semifinals last year. She's one of the top ones. Backhanded in. That's shot on net, saved by Lynn as Westwood works their breakout. Connolly moving the feet, looking over for Gannon. Gannon trying to backhand it towards the net, then sends it behind the net. And we're going to get, I think, a penalty as Connolly took a whack. Nope, we're going to see net dislodged. So no penalty. It's going to be, the net was off. Face-off is going to be outside the zone. Connolly did take a whack, but no penalty on that. Puck here on the near side. Medfield working it in. Shot saved by Lynn. Second attempt, save again. Abigail Herman on the shot there. Abigail is an 8th grader. That was a great look there for Medfield. Lynn all over it. Puck won by Medfield. Medfield on the backhand just missed, trying to sneak that into the post. Gannon backhands it out of the zone. And picked up by Polak. Polak goes across the ice, but stolen by Westwood. Connolly on the steal. Connolly, shot, blocker save by Piraki. Wolverines, when they do get those shots off, they're getting hard shots on net, forcing some challenging saves by Piraki. This puck chipped up ahead. Carlson works it inside, over the backhand. Wolverines able to advance it. Gannon, she's got help from Hicks, and they throw that in deep and change out their forwards. On comes Lewis, as Medfield goes airborne with that puck. Hughes keeps that in front of. Hughes, a good stick lift there. Is that going to be an icing? Yes, that's a fantastic play by Hughes. Hughes lifted the stick there. Medfield was looking to get a piece of that, and because they didn't, that turns into an icing. It's a high IQ play, making that play where now the puck is a face-off in the offensive zone. Small thing that ends up becoming a big thing. Presley was trying to advance that puck, gets her stick back on it as Hughes back to Presley. Presley with a shot saved by Piraki as the puck then bounced just by the post area. That was a great pass between those two. Medfield now going back the other way. It's Abigail Herman again, sticked aside by Hughes. Hughes sends it right back in to get Westwood's forecheck going. Coming on the ice is Hicks. Hicks immediately knocking that puck behind the net as Wolverines completing the change. With Connolly and Gannon. Connolly on the far side moves that puck forward. Takes a Westwood bounce in the middle. Connolly, nice move to the outside. She's gonna stop her feet, get a shot from the point from Campbell, gets blocked, and then sent up the near side. Will be an icing with 6:08 remaining here, 6:07 remaining here in the second period. Face-off back in Medfield side of the ice. Connolly already ready for the draw. She was ready a couple seconds ahead of time, just dialed in. Chevry works that puck up. Battling forward in the far side corner is Hicks, as well as Connolly. Medfield worked up the far side. Stick lift by Connolly allows Westwood to get stick on it, send it right back into Medfield's zone. Gannon jumps in front of that pass. Offside called. That was close. All right, face-off coming. Here we go. Here's a design play with Presley off the draw. Started on the defensive side, but gets her feet moving going into the zone. Presley has some space, looking in the middle for Lewis. That puck gets knocked loose. Carolyn with the stick, and then forcing the puck to the outside. Now Westwood has the puck with some numbers. Lewis, she's got Ash as well as Presley. Lewis on the outside, towards the middle. And then Ash was trying to get a tip towards the net. She did get the tip, but it just got deflected the other side. Hughes working it in, puts it deep. As Westwood playing the long game. Coming on the ice is Gannon. These short shifts have been critical as they've taken a lot of short shifts to keep Westwood's legs fresh. As Hughes walking in. Nice drop pass over to Gannon with the shot towards the net, gets blocked. Backhand shot by Hicks, second attempt, third attempt. Piraki saves it, and then Hicks takes a couple hits. She hits the ice. As hope she's okay. These are the things that happen in these rivalry battles. It's an emotional game. Got to give credit to Hicks, not afraid to go to the net. And she looks to be okay. That is Hicks's MO, not afraid to go to the net, do what is needed for your team. Outstanding leader to go to those physical areas. Not an easy thing to do. So Westwood wins the draw. Cross ice pass up to top to Campbell. Campbell sends it in deep. It gets past a couple Westwood players as Medfield comes away with it as they work it in. McDonald fires a shot. That's blocked by Connolly. Oh, great stick lift by Hicks to get the stick on that and clear it out of the defensive zone. Entry pass gets blocked. Medfield's second attempt goes through the crease area. Hicks going to chip it up ahead. Gets it out of Westwood zone. Stolen by Gannon. Gannon almost was one move away from having a breakaway there, but great anticipation to jump on that puck, and great anticipation there by Campbell to put aside that entry attempt by Medfield. And Westwood doing such a good job. There's nowhere to go on these entries because they're taking such good angles and really good stick work on stick-on-stick plays. Ash through the legs, going towards the net, saved by Piraki. What a move by Maggie Ash. Went through the legs, went in alone, and what a save by Cameron Piraki. Keep this game at 3-0. Talked about her. She is one of the tops in the league goalie-wise. Her and Jennifer Lynn, two of the very best in the Tri-Valley League. And that's a big reason why. What a save there by Piraki on one of the state's most dangerous goal scorers. Medfield working it up to the point. Shot from the outside, goes off the side of the boards. Presley, as well as Lewis. Lewis going to send it in deep. Played by Wyndon, and then Lewis able to come away with the puck. He's going to send it over the far side corner for Presley to chase after. Presley coming away with it, looking to send it towards Lewis, who's heading towards the net. Medfield walks away with it. Here comes Herman, dangerous player for Medfield. 8th grader. Got a bright future ahead of her as a Medfield player hits the ice. And Medfield gets the possession. Looks like Carolyn lost her stick. She'll pick it up as they're looking for an open player on the far side. Nice move, going towards the net. Shot just goes wide. Just missing there was Kate Grazkowiak. Shot from the outside, near side, goes wide. Chevry going to go off the boards. Nice pass right directly on the stick of Hicks. Hicks moving it up. Hicks going outside. Shot towards the net. Turned aside by Piraki. Wolverines change up their forwards. Right back to Herman. It's a long shift. Wolverines keep them on the ice. They could take advantage of some tired players. As Connolly with some fresh legs over to Ash, who's heading towards the net. That puck gets away. Gannon taps it off the backboards. And we got a penalty coming for Westwood. I think Ash is going to get called for a body check. And we'll get a whistle. So Medfield will see their first power play of the game with 1:41 remaining here in the second period. Ash is going to be called for the rough. So a big opportunity here for the Warriors. You get a goal, you get this game within arm's reach. 2-goal differential is the most dangerous in hockey. Couple personnel changes for Medfield. I don't know if the official was saying that the change is too late, but they made a player come back on the ice, substitute for, I think, a late change off as Medfield on the power play. Puck goes back behind the net. Campbell jumps on it, up to Lewis, and Lewis comes away with it out of the Westwood zone. And a good battle to move that puck up ahead, and Hughes sends that in deep. Hughes, when she is on the D line, she is outstanding. There's nowhere to go, and she does a good job with the stick, and she's going to get called You're going to call her for a trip here, which is going to give Medfield a 5-on-3. So Medfield with a big opportunity here. 5-on-3 for 1:26. After they're going to say a hooking call by Hughes. The Wolverines will have Connolly, Carolyn, Chevry out there as the killers with Jennifer Lynn in net. Medfield shot, blocker save by Lynn, goes aside. That shot was off the side of the net as Medfield's working it around. Works up top to McDonald. McDonald, near side, shot, saved by Lynn, goes up. She gets a glove on it and gets the whistle. Big save by Jen Lynn with 44.9 left here in the second period. Lewis gonna come on for the penalty killing forward. And they're gonna go with Lewis, Chevry, and Connolly. And that shows to Connolly's versatility. Connolly, a former defenseman, was the forward killer. Now he's gonna help out killing on the defensive side. Medfield looking for the middle, shot, blocked. Ends up in the near side corner. They're gonna work it up top, cross ice. Shot by McDonald, saved by Lynn, covered by Lynn, and a whistle with 22.7. Jennifer Lynn getting her money's worth tonight. Puck one back behind Lynn. Connolly forcing that puck to the outside. Lewis. Shot by Medfield, saved by Lynn. Puck goes behind the net. Medfield trying to stuff that, and then puck goes outside and is gonna go out. And that is gonna do it for the second period. Medfield will have 19 seconds left on the 5-on-3, but coming out of the period into the third period, that faceoff's gonna come at center ice, which certainly helps Westwood's favor. But a big period for the Wolverines. They add to their 2-0 lead after one period with a goal by Justine Connolly. Have a 3-0 lead to take into the third period. They're going to have some homework left to kill off the remaining power play, Medfield power play. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back, folks. We're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey. We'll see you in the third period.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Wolverines taking the ice with the Wolverine moms wearing I Love Jen Lynn t-shirts. Love to see it as they are getting the girls fired up for the biggest period of the game right here. Third period, Wolverines up 3-0. As mentioned, they have some homework left as Medfield still on the power play. 5-on-3 for 19 seconds. And then we'll still have some time on 5-on-4. Face-off will come at center ice, so if the West Wolverines can get a quick face-off win and send that in deep, that will take some time off the clock. And a big period here to go. Cold Canton Ice House. It is cold outside as well. I don't know about you, Matt. I'm ready for the spring. Warmer weather, longer days of light. Usually is that type of feeling midway through February. Both teams having one last word before hitting the opening face-off. Wolverines back to going left to right where they started in the first period. Ash and Hughes back in the penalty box. Start off the second period. Face-off taken by Lewis. Lewis wins it back and then sent down the length of the ice by Carolyn. Fantastic win there by Lewis. That's going to take about 10 seconds off the clock, which is critical, as 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now one of the penalties has expired. Ash coming on the ice, and she's going to jump on the loose puck as it's now a 5-on-4. So Wolverines able to get through the 5-on-3. Now Ash with the stick. Gets help from Lewis, who chips it out, gets it out of the zone. 15 seconds left on the remaining power play from Medfield. As that looks like it's offside. No, they're going to say onside. Shot from the outside, gloved by Lynn. Shot by Kuchiara for the face-off. There's 1 second remaining. And then Hughes will be back on the ice and will be all even. Stalemate. And brushed back by Medfield. Shot from the outside. Off the point, saved by Lynn. Hughes goes to the bench. Coming on the ice is Hicks as they chase the puck behind the Medfield. Ooh, Medfield net. Luckily, Medfield player able to get up okay after slipping. Ice is still very wet, which is not exactly ice yet. The middle of the ice, yes, but around the net area is very wet. Still just hasn't fully frozen yet. As Hughes sends that in deep. Hicks the first one in. Campbell jumps in on a loose puck, sends it towards the net, goes wide left. Gannon sends it behind the net over to Connolly. Connolly to the front of the net, that's loose. Connolly jumps on the loose puck again. Sends it towards the net, that goes wide, but Gannon there. Gannon back to Connolly. Wolverines dominating the puck possession right now as Medfield tries to clear that out, kept in by Campbell. Gannon down low, looking for the middle. And then on the stick of Medfield, Campbell at the red line sends it right back in, and Westwood will change out their forwards as Medfield looks to collect that puck and work it out. Go off the boards. Campbell all over it. She's got help from a back-checking Ash. Ash with ice in front of her. Advances it. Medfield going to send that into Westwood territory on their side of the red line and get called for an icing. Great start to the period. Wolverines killed off the 5-on-3. And then got right back to putting on pressure on Paraki, getting pucks to the net, pucks towards the net. Puck won back by Lewis. Tips, just goes wide. That was a great tip by Lewis. Now Medfield working their breakout. Up top to 16, Larson. Larson with a shot, saved by Lynn. Rebound goes wide. Puck loose still, brushed aside by Carolyn, ends up on the point. Got a delayed penalty upcoming for the Wolverines. Piraki gonna skate off the ice for an additional player to come on. Ash touches it, and we're gonna get a cross check on Carolyn. Medfield will go back to the power play. Oh, no, a cross check on Ash. Medfield back to the power play. Big penalty kill here for the Wolverines. A lot of time still left on the clock, 11:53. Face-off won by Connolly. Campbell off the glass, kept in by McDonald. McDonald walking in, shot, that's blocked by Connolly. Battle ensues in the near side corner. Connolly gets it, she's got some ice ahead of her, she's gonna send it down, but didn't get all of that as McDonald collects it. It's gonna go D to D. But right on the stick of Hughes, who sends it down the length of the ice. Hughes has been a big part on the blue line this game for the Wolverines. We've seen it time here and there throughout games. Game adjustments where she'll hop back there, but she has been playing great on that blue line. Campbell holding strong on the blue line. Then Connolly jumps up to get a stick in the lane as Westwood disrupting Medfield's neutral zone breakout. Connolly forcing Medfield to the side as McDonald walks it in. Hughes jumps in on the loose puck, trying to go off the boards out of the zone, kept in by Medfield, and then sent back down low. McDonald on the loose puck, looking for the middle of the ice, into the far corner, near corner. Cucciara up top. Shot, that goes just wide. Herman going up top to number 16, Carlson, played by Dolan. Medfield looking for it. Shot to get through. Carlson works it in. Off the boards, kept in by Carlson. Hughes flattens the puck. It's going off the boards. No one there as Westwood is making a change. Lewis coming into the zone. Nice stick lift there by Hughes to come away with it. The puck takes a bounce to the middle of the ice. Westwood trying to clear it, kept in by Medfield. And then taken out, it does go out, and Westwood able to get it out of the zone and able to kill the penalty. So Wolverines able to kill all three Medfield power plays, doing a good job on the PK. Not much to show as they do a good job of keeping the puck to the outside, and some really solid disruptions on trying to get entries going and the power play set up. Nice pass here, Ash to Lewis. Lewis works it across the red line. Has some space, gets the feet moving, what a shot and score! Highlight reel goal. Bridget Lewis on a beautiful breakout pass by Ash. Went coast to coast, then as she was working it to try and get some more angle on the net, crossed through the defense and then just roofed that under the crossbar to get the Wolverines' fourth goal. Bridget Lewis having a heck of a year. Right back to the draw. That's a huge goal after a couple penalty kills the Wolverines had to kill off to add more momentum. 9:15 remaining here in the game. And a loose puck here. Connolly, shot, saved by Piraki. Ash on the assist, as we mentioned, Ash right on a breakout pass, and that's good offense comes from a clean breakout. Lewis had her feet moving. Ash saw that, gave it to her in stride. Lewis did the rest. Shot by Gannon, she scores! Erin Gannon on a rocket of a shot on the bottom right corner of the net for the Wolverine fifth goal. Erin Gannon on the board. Clean win by Lewis. Right back to Hughes. Here comes Wolverine forecheck. Lewis, first one in. Ash comes away with the possession, sends it up top to Campbell. Campbell sends it towards the net, gets blocked off the skate of Wyndon. And puck battle on the far side. McDonald comes away with it. Could go off the glass, kept in by Campbell. Ash there battling. As Presley jumps on the loose puck. Presley behind the net. Pass to Lewis. Lewis is trying to go right back to Presley. Stick lift by Presley. Over to Ash. Ash shot gets blocked. That was a nice block there. Herman on the block. Westwood, good job keeping that puck out. Ash keeps it ahead. Now jumping on it is Connolly. Connolly going one against a few. To the most recent goal scorer, Yannon. That shot goes wide into the far side corner. Nice stick there by Hicks. Gets in front of that, sends it in deep. And puck goes into Westwood territory, but what a second effort by Campbell to stick lift and win that puck back and move that puck up ahead. Up on the far side. Able to get through and a couple nice moves. Moving to the backhand, then stick aside by Westwood. Carlson had a couple nice moves there on the entry. But that's what Westwood's layers has been so effective is if a player gets through the first or the second, they still have a third layer there to really disrupt any effort. Oh no, nice little flip, which is soft flip. It's not going to go down and get an icing, but allows Westwood to change up their players. So effective. Lewis trying to tap it to herself, able to regain it, sends it behind Paraki. That will wrap around. Ash comes away with it. Ash trying to create some distance. She goes down. We're going to get a penalty called on Medfield. Ash right back up. Lynn is off the ice. Wolverines trying to send another skater out, and we get the whistle. The Wolverines go on a power play with 6:16 remaining in the game. It's going to be a penalty on number 25, Abigail Herman. Presley jumps on the loose puck in the corner, working it around the net. Get over to Ash. We go back and forth. Presley with her head up. Over to Lewis. Doing a good job moving the puck around. Right off the boards, back to Lewis. Back to Presley. Presley changing the angle. Now Ash moving her feet, looking towards the net front. Does a good job of playing keep away. Towards the net, that one sticked aside. That almost had a deflection at Paraki's pad. Oh, that was a good stick by Medfield to keep that to the side as Connolly works it into the zone. Connolly shot on net, turned aside by Paraki. There's a turnover where Westwood was able to jump on and then force Paraki to make a quick save. 53 seconds remaining on the power play. Hicks line out there, and they say offside. Shout out to Matt Gratza, battery mate tonight. Back-to-back games. Boys game was first. It was a 2-2 game going into the third period, Matt. And then a 5-goal outburst by the Wolverines in the boys game to come away with a 7-2 win. And then girls game to follow. Shot, saved by Paraki. She covers that up. That was a nice glove save there by Cam Paraki. And now the girls game. Now back-to-back. These back-to-back games are the best. You get a lot of Westwood fans that stick around for both. A lot of the youth hockey fans and players here as well. It's awesome to see. Hicks on the draw. That puck sent in by Campbell. Gannon collects it. Wolverines still have 28 left on the power play. Gannon looking across the ice. Campbell one-touch pass to Hicks. Hicks backhands it behind the net. Medfield trying to clear that, but nice play by Gannon. Shot from the outside. That one caught a piece of a Westwood stick just wide. That was a shot from Hughes. Gannon. Hughes back to Gannon. Gannon gonna walk in. Looking back door. Just missed on that communication. We're all even. Herman back on the ice. Westwood just sends that in deep. Going back to playing the long game. Put that in. And keep the puck possessive battles going. Medfield is going to get another power play as Westwood's going to get a penalty for tripping with 3 minutes 57 remaining. Head to the box for the Wolverines. It looks like it's Gannon going to go to the box. Medfield looking to get on the board and keep a shutout off the score sheet, while Westwood trying to preserve the shutout for Jen Lynn. She's on 9 shutouts of the year. This would be her 10th. Face-off won by the Wolverines, sent down by Campbell. Those are always the great one. You know, you send a nice slow-moving puck down there. That always takes another 5-6 additional seconds off the clock versus the hard rim on an icing when you're on the penalty kill. West's doing a good job taking away that middle of the ice. Very good angles, which allows things like that. Pucks get loose, and Campbell has a nice, easy route to send that deep. Already 35 seconds taken off the clock on the power play, just because of an effective neutral zone play by Presley and Ash. Puck comes into Westwood zone, but Campbell all over it. She's had 3 clears so far, just on this power play, a penalty kill alone. McDonald works it in on the backhand. Forehand save by Lynn. Nice move by Jenna McDonald. Going to the backhand, a forehand, get that shot off to the net, saved by Lynn. 1:01 remaining on the power play, 2:58 remaining here in regulation. Medfield wins the draw. Right back to the defender as they try to send it towards the middle of the ice. Couple of Westwood players jumping in on that, like Carolyn and Hicks. In the corner, Lewis battling for it. Medfield comes away with it. They're going to work it up top. Westwood just missed getting a stick on that for a breakaway, and then blocked by Lewis. Lewis gets the red, and then kills an additional 5-10 seconds off the clock by protecting it, then sends it in deep. Great stick again. Carolyn now works it back where her help is to Hicks on the near side, and Hicks sends it up. Hicks forced a pass which went right back to Westwood's stick with Chevry there ready. And the puck goes right into Westwood's defensive zone with some space for them to do exactly that. Connolly sending it down the length of the ice, and we are all even for the remaining minute 52 left in regulation here. Wolverines trying to get the shutout. Add to Jen Lynn's historic season. McDonald works it up. And a breakout pass goes off the stick. Campbell there to send that right out of Westwood zone. Done a good job on those soft zone clearances where they get it out, but not too hard where it goes the length of the ice. Get it out enough for the Wolverine players to chase after in the neutral zone and win a puck battle. Ash not done, still battling. It's Presley as well. Ends up to Campbell. Campbell tries to send that down low, catches a piece of Kate Grzkowiak. As Grzkowiak enters the puck in a Westwood zone. Campbell all over it, knocks the puck loose. And Medfield shot, and they score. Late goal. With 52 seconds left. That's a goal by number 12 for Medfield, Abigail Cucciara. And I know the Westwood defenders disappointed. They're trying to get the shutout for Jen Lynn. She certainly earned it with her effort tonight, but kudos to Medfield, able to get a nice quick pass over and quick shot, put that in the back of the net. Westwood wins the draw and going right back into Medfield territory. Lewis, some nice stick handles. She works that in. Kept in by Presley. Presley looking back for Lewis. Sticked aside by Medfield. Carolyn sends that right in deep. And we are inside their final 30. Puck gets through, but then collected by Carolyn. Right back off the side boards. Medfield plays it back. Chevry jumps on in the neutral zone. As the Wolverines looking to kill out the remaining 3, 2, 1. Shot by Gannon, and that is going to do it. Wolverines 5-1 winners over the Warriors. And a very impressive win for the Wolverines. Wolverines, as mentioned, coming into tonight, were the #1 seed for Division II. The Medfield Warriors, the #7. So, excuse me, the Westwood Wolverines are #1, Medfield #7. So a big win for the Wolverines, and that, you know, allows them to have the opportunity. I think they have to win tomorrow, Monday. They have one more game against Ashland for TVL, and then they'll have the game versus Hingham, which will be a very entertaining game, as it's going to be 2 different teams from when they played each other in December. So fantastic win. That's going to do it here from the Canton Ice House. From Matt Grazza, I'm Morgan Donahue, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all again soon, and we'll see you as well in the playoffs. So long, folks.